Alright, let me be clear, I enjoy the game. I'll admit something though, I don't necessarily have the highest standards when it comes to gacha games. If I see a character design that I like, I'll keep playing it until I get bored. And if it's worth continuing, I'll continue. But let's call a spade a spade. This game feels incomplete. And I'm not talking about bugs too, because there's always gonna be bugs. So long as it's not game breaking, it's aight. Some of these points I've already mentioned in my review, but I'll go over it quickly just to be clear. Movement is eh. It has that twitchy kind of mobile game feeling, and think of any other game that people have compared this game to, it's just a much shittier version of it. And whoever's the genius that came up with the climbing thing, no. Combat is simple, way too undercooked if you ask me. I get that not every game has to have amazingly intense combat with lots of different mechanics. And the way it's designed might be partially due to the repetitive grind, but I can see people getting bored pretty quick. One major complaint I have about the game is something they pulled off even before the game launched, and it's about the character designs in the splash arts in relation to how they are in the game. I'm sure most of you guys have already noticed the whole Rebecca thing, especially how every content creator and their mother's telling you need to build her up for AFK farming. But why turn this into this? I'm biased. I like golf girls, but they exercised her and they turned her into your average girl next door. They went from Raven to Starfire. Still hot, but not exactly what I signed up for. And I'm recording this before Halloween, okay? They skipped Halloween and went straight into No Nut November. Jokes aside, if they're able to do this and not address it in any way, what makes you think they won't do it again in the future? Sure, you don't spend anything but time farming for the characters that you want, but I still think it kinda sucks to not have something that is as advertised. It's kinda like those ads from some shitty mobile games that never plays like what it is showing. There are spoilers in this part, so be warned if you haven't finished the story and you plan to. My last major complaint is about the unfinished ways they went about showing certain things that happen to certain characters. He's dead? I mean, it's Who are these? Like him dying next to the bottles and everything, you would think he's a chronic alcoholic who just died of alcoholism. Alright, I know about China's whole censorship thing with blood, and despite all that, there are so many other creative ways they could have gone around showing a character's death. Contrary to popular belief, they don't change the color of blood in Zakum. From what I know, they either cut out excessive violence completely or they limit the amount of blood shown. But sometimes they do change the colors, it's just that I don't get why in a scene like this, poison, they could even just show the poison. Show like maybe some purple sludge or something on their body, something. And when it comes to the Charons that are deteriorating, oh my god, that word. Deteriorating. There's cracks on some of the designs and the outfits of most characters, right? I don't see why if they suffer really serious injuries or if they die, those cracks don't just grow further and parts start crumbling into dust like if they got Thanos snapped. Is that too violent for China? I don't know, I don't live there. But I'm sure anything's better than another dude on the side telling you, oh, this dude suffered a fatal injury, and that's it. If evil, why hot? How do you tell? I'm just so pissed because I think the game could be so much better. I don't know if the devs were being rushed by the execs of the company. I don't know what happened, but it just feels so incomplete. For these kinds of games, the first impression is really fucking important, because if it's not good at launch, people are not gonna give it a second chance. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you when I see you.